All right, guys. So Abacus Data just released some polling information today, and this kind of shows that we're back to reality a little bit here because despite what Ecos and Nano's polling wants to say, like, yes, there's been a little bit of a change here, -3 for the Conservatives, in just a couple weeks. It's not great news, but they're still at 43%. Liberals up 2, NDP -1, still stuck in the mud. Now, that being said, yes, there is some movement, a negative movement in terms of the Conservatives, but again, still a 21-point lead, and you're only seeing this spike because there's a little bit of hope. That's not going to last. Yeah, Mark Carney's the best chance to beat Pierre Poilievre, but he's not beating Pierre Poilievre, I promise you that. So let's go down to here into committed vote intention. Again, same numbers there. Federal vote intention, those certain to vote. Now, that actually has the Conservatives at 45% and the Liberals at 20%. So with people who are certain to vote, you're actually seeing an increase of a lead here back up to 25%, which is, it's been like that for a while now. Unless you like looking at Ecos polling, which I do, but that's only purely to make fun of them. Now, committed vote intention by province. So again, not much of a change here. The only thing you're going to see is that in Ontario, the Liberals gained a couple points, and the same thing with Atlantic Canada as well. But I mean, even in Ontario and Atlantic Canada, they're still getting crushed. Yeah, they might end up with 40 or 50 seats now, instead of going down to 20 or maybe even less. But again, this really isn't anything to be worried about. Yeah, I know people are worried about, are they going to postpone the election somehow, create some sort of emergency? I'm pretty sure they can't do that. Unless there's some rule I don't know of, or somehow a new rule gets made up. At very latest, there's going to be an election in October, and that's not enough time to save the Liberals. Not even close. And then here, same thing with federal vote intention by gender. So looks like the Conservatives lost a little bit of the female vote. But generally speaking, and like you see here, 44% of the female voters they're voting to the left. Right, and only about 42% are voting to the right. So it's, again, but that's not abnormal. Females usually do vote more to the left than men do. Hopefully that'll change. It was really great to see all these women coming over to the Conservatives, basically abandoning Justin Trudeau, who a lot of them liked a lot, 8 years ago, 5 years ago even. But, they turned on him too for the most part. And even then, only 24% of them like the Liberals specifically. So, again, not great movement here if you're the Liberals. And then we go to here by age, 18 to 29. Again, yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a drop there. They're going back over to the Liberals. Young people generally do vote Liberal, but they're still losing by 9 points. 30 to 44, 44%, 45 to 59, 44%, and 60 and over, still 45%. So the boomers, before this recent spike, if you want to call it that, were the Liberals' biggest supporters. But now it's back to the 18 to 19-year-olds. So, again, you don't want to see any positive movement towards the Liberal Party, but honestly, I thought it was going to be a little bit more than what it is now. And if this is their peak, if this is their big reveal, like, oh, we're going to have a new leader, now we're hopeful, now we're going to have all these supporters come back, and this is all you're getting, you're still going to get smoked. And aiming going to be close. Now, this is interesting. So, federal vote by educational attainment. High school or less, 44%. College, 44%. University, 39%. So, even people who are so, quote-unquote, educated. Conservatives are leading whether they're educated or not. So, I mean, like, what demographic does the Liberal Party even have? They're not winning in any single demographic. Not one. Really hard to win an election when that's the case. So, and basically, looking at this, again, I thought that you're going to see a little bit more of a spike for the Liberals, at least in some sort of demographic. But all you're seeing as we scroll through here is just a big chunk of blue and a little bit of red and a little bit of yellow. But let's be honest. Mark Carney, Chrystia Freeland, nobody has a chance. They've screwed up this country way too much. They've made way too many mistakes. There's been way too many scandals, way too much corruption. No one trusts them anymore. The only people who are going to vote Liberal are people who have already voted Liberal in the past. And yeah, maybe Mark Carney gets some people to not stay home. Right? A lot of people, they were even saying, if Justin Trudeau remains on, we're not going to be voting. Okay, a couple of those people now they're going to vote because it's Mark Carney, but there's still going to be some people who realize that Mark Carney's been an advisor for Justin Trudeau for years. They label him as an outsider. He is not. He is an insider. Yeah, he's got a different name and a different face and a different age. But you know what's also funny about that? A lot of liberals would complain, oh, we're tired of these rich old white men in politics. Okay, so why are you supporting Mark Carney? A lot of them also supported Joe Biden in the States, so that's kind of weird. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that you're going to see the Conservatives spike back up and remain at a 25 to 30 point lead? Or do you think the Liberals are going to catch up a little bit more? Please don't be shy. I really enjoy engaging with you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps grow the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.